it's emerged that Tusla, the Child and Family Agency, has objected to Valerie's law as this legislation aimed at closing this legal loophole that currently allows parents who have been convicted of murdering or killing their former partner or the mother, usually the mother of their children, to retain legal guardianship and decision-making rights over their children. How do you feel then with Tusla? It's been reported by the Irish Times that staff from Tusla have written to the Department of Justice raising concerns about Valerie's law, about this closing of this loophole. And that partly they're saying that they are of the view, Tusla, that the children's best interests are served by maintaining contact with their birth parent, even though he, and as you said, it's usually a he, has murdered their other parent.
First of all, I'm very, very surprised that they're opposing the suspension of guardianship. I mean, contact and guardianship are two totally different things. So if Tusla and the professionals there think contact is the best thing, then totally, yeah, carry on with that. You know, I might not agree, but it's not my decision. The point here is the guardianship and the right that he has to lean in. I am actually very surprised at Tusla's position, because I had contacted Tusla, and I'm in regular contact with Tusla. I contacted them asking specifically for their support on Valerie's law, and I got no reply. I reminded them. Then I was told they'd made a submission, but it was confidential, which I didn't understand, because all of these submissions are publicly available. We had the Oireachtas Committee, the pre-legislative scrutiny, chaired by Matt Carthy in July, and then all the submissions are published by the government directly afterwards. So there's no confidentiality aspect, even at that point in May when I was in contact with them on this. I find it very worrying that these things happen in the background and a regular citizen is kind of excluded. It doesn't seem right to me that, you know, when someone understands the details of the case and has lived experience, and, you know, I'd like to help Tusla on this. I've offered to help Tusla back in May. This isn't some kind of court case or something. The benefit of lived experience, the benefit of the children who are frightened of him, and the benefit of all the research in this area, and there's very recent research on the privileging of the perpetrator despite the terrible crime that they've done in the context of children who are bereaved. So I think, like, the debate needs to be opened up, and that's the point of an Oireachtas committee, and to have a good discussion with all the experts on board so we come to the best legislation at the end of it. Dr. Brian Tobin of UCG, associate professor, has said suspension would be the way to go, and then you wouldn't have a constitutional issue. Jade's law in the UK is effectively the same thing, and they've brought that in. It's not fully implemented yet, but they're in the process. It was brought in by Sunak's government. You know, this is something where there needs to be a wide discussion and not a kind of closed back corridor thing. I'd really appreciate if our local TD here, Minister Foley, could lean in on this as well.
Norma Foley.
Norma Foley is the Minister for Children, Disability, etc., over Tusla, so is responsible for their policy direction. So, you know, I've contacted a lot of representatives on this, effectively all the ones I can get addresses for, and have received widespread wide support. And, you know, this just seems like something that could be sorted out with an open discussion, and I'd like to have that. And it seemed to be rebuffed a lot from Tusla.